Have you ever been completely confused about how to manage your career? You're not alone. Career management is a confusing topic because everyone has unique career experiences, history, and goals. This season, we are helping you create a solid career management plan that we are calling Be Your Own Board: Strategies for Career Management. We will be treating your career like a business and applying the top executive board positions to your career management. You will step into each board position and evaluate your career based on the roles each position is responsible for. I'm looking forward to helping you manage and advance in your career. Hey, I hope you are doing well today. I'm looking forward to diving into this episode's board position because it's all about money. That's right. We are walking through the CFO or Chief Financial Officer position as it relates to your career. The CFO position is all about the money and the funds. We are going to be talking about this position in two ways: the present and the future. In the present, this position is responsible for managing finances and overseeing cash flow. What does this mean in relation to your career? It means that you need a budget and you need to track everything you spend. Whether your financial situation is stable or in distress, budgeting and tracking should be core for everyone. If this is new to you, there are many options available. There are apps that help you create a budget and track your spending. I would also check with your current bank to see what they offer first because most of their apps are pretty robust and usually free. Because I'm always straightforward with you. This is a tedious process, but well worth the time investment in the long run. When my husband and I were trying to get our finances in order, we didn't have an app because it was too long ago. I downloaded the Excel sheets for all our accounts and credit cards for about 3 months. I color-coded our spending, categorized our spending, and figured out how much we were spending in each area. I created a list of bills and a list of discretionary spending with the averages for everything. When it comes to bills, especially bills that might fluctuate, I find the highest month and base our budget on that number. I don't want to get too detailed on this process because it'll be boring, but the moral of the story is you need to track. You need to understand where your money is going. For example, I tend to be an emotional eater, and when I was working full-time in a toxic environment, my eating out spending was through the roof. Tracking your expenses can help you understand your behavior and make different choices. One exercise I highly recommend is to set financial goals. You should have retirement goals, savings goals, and fun goals. Retirement goals include understanding how much money you need and want when you retire and making sure you are on track to reach that number. If you're not on track with how you are currently investing, you will need to add to your retirement or investment accounts to ensure you reach your goal. Having a fixed number that is taken out of your account like a bill each month is the best way to make sure this happens. To determine how much you need for retirement, a simple calculation of what you want your annual quote-unquote salary to be multiplied by 25 gets you your number. For example, if you want to take home $10,000 a month in retirement, that is $120,000 per year, which multiplied by 25 is $3 million. Your retirement and investment accounts should be at $3 million by the time you retire to live this lifestyle. Please keep in mind this calculation ensures you don't run out of money before you die, which is why we use it. If you think contributing the minimum to your retirement account is going to get you where you need to be, you are mistaken. Do the math. Figure out your reality so you can control the outcome. This type of reality check also helps motivate you to make changes in your spending. Your savings goal is all about available cash on hand. Depending on your monthly spending, I like to have about 6 months of savings available in case of foreseen situations, like a global pandemic. Fun goals are financial goals related to travel or buying something you want. After you take care of your fixed expenses, you can set aside money for the larger wants. I should add that all of this assumes you are debt-free. If you aren't debt-free, I would focus on that first. I'm not going to recommend any specific system or method to become debt-free because I believe you need to find a system that works for you. I also recommend taking advantage of a financial advisor if one is available to you through your bank or retirement company. Once you have your financial goals set and you have a basic understanding of your spending, we need to look toward the future. What is your ROI as it relates to your career? Are you being paid a fair wage? Are you making the amount of money you should based on your location, experience, and level? If you aren't sure, I would check out salary.com or payscale.com to do a cost of living analysis. I would also utilize the LinkedIn salary data and Glassdoor to research market value. Along with those resources, I would look for positions similar to yours and see if the salary range is available. I would also consider applying to at least 1 or 2 positions a year that are the next step up from where you are now. Whether you decide to take the position or not, it helps keep your name out there and keeps you competitive in the market because you have an understanding of what is needed to advance and the value. Finally, the CFO creates financial reports to review and evaluate. I recommend running or compiling reports monthly at a minimum. My husband and I went from monthly review to weekly review because we have been justifying every expense, and it's easier to do that weekly rather than monthly. If you have listened to previous episodes in the season, you know the COO position manages the day-to-day functions and looks at habits. Managing your finances well is a habit that has to be included in your routine. For those who might be struggling financially right now, I recommend diving into the CFO position first because money and finances can be a stressor for many people in different areas of their life. Learning to manage the part of your life or career that is bringing you the most stress is one of the main strategies I use with my clients. Once that mental and emotional barrier is relieved, you can move on to other areas more effectively. I know talking about money isn't the most exciting part of career management, but it's fundamental to your overall success. How do you know what kind of salary you should be striving for if you haven't calculated your finances or set your goals? You might have more than enough money available now if you made a few changes to your spending. Even though it isn't fun, it's necessary, and I highly recommend you take time to do it. Your future self will definitely thank you. Now that we have defined the role of the CFO and how you are the CFO of your career, it's time to act. What roles were difficult for you to think through? Where can you recruit some help in those areas? Finances is definitely an area I would look to outsource as much as possible. If you're looking for a printed version of the board positions, I recommend picking up the complimentary PDF that accompanies this season. It's a visual representation of what I'm discussing and will allow you to keep notes. I will link it in the show notes. If you have any questions or would like to continue the conversation, please connect with Ride the Tide Collective on Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook.